to Alta's suggestion, which is he would like to take a look at the video I recorded related to PX Fest.
Hey man, this is Grax, and this weekend I decided to go to PX Fest! Everyone make some noise!
Okay, so for a bit of context, this is Floatstar PX, and it was his birthday, and we had a big party around his house. Was it a house or flat? It was a house, I think. It was good fun. And Alta was there.
Do people just come home after the party and rock out and just play lots of metal? Do they do lots of drugs? Do they drink? Do they have lots of sex? No. They have waffles! Motherfucking waffles! Yeah.
Waffles were good, man.
And very rock and roll.
This is actually a very interesting point. I actually went out in public wearing these contact lenses. I frequently went out in public wearing these contact lenses, and I thought I was cool, and I thought that I was amazing, and I thought that it would make me super attractive. But the thing is like, yeah, it worked in some cases. I actually did get a fair bit of attention, both in men and women cases, I'll just be frank. Mostly women, but I wouldn't know what to do with it. So it was kind of a stupid idea, really. How the fuck did I pull looking like this knob right here? And I did. I don't know why. So remember, kids, just look like an idiot, own looking like an idiot, and you'll take you far in life. Don't take that advice. It's not good advice.
It's PX. This man over here. Can we say hello to PX? And it's his birthday.
Oh yeah, hello. I'm on Grax domain.
In it.
Grax domain.
And you're fuzzy.
But I think we're going to do Q1 takeover on Grax domain.
Q1 takeover.
Yeah, Q1 takeover. The whole thing will be taken over, like Pirate Radio, but on Grax domain.
That sounds like an awesome plan.
And I'll let it continue on to this little game which they made up called Slaps. Well, I don't know if they made it up. The game's simple. You try and slap the other person. It's a great way of turning violence into fun. This is a very good point. This is very true. So I did a little bit of investigating relating to a question in the chat, which is the worst performing video? And the one criteria I'm taking for that, relating to that criteria, I'm taking that in terms of the views, which is the video that's got the least amount of views at the time of this recording. And you would have thought it would be like one of my older videos, right? It would be like something from 2010, 2015, or 2010, or basically when I had hair. But strangely enough, no, this is not the case. I've just done a quick search on my back end, so to speak. And apparently this, I think it's this video, where it's the worst performing video to date. And it's a bit of a shame. But this happens to be the worst performing video right now. Me playing Until Dawn. Bad Decision Run, Part 11. It's only got 2 views. It's only got 2 views. 1st of August 2019, 1 year ago. Only 2 views.
That's enough.
And look, it's me. It's me in the picture. And I think I find this really, really interesting because, it just shows that people were not interested at this point in watching my video at part 11. This was a long playthrough. I think this was 15 parts, I think. People just dropped off, lost interest. And Tom's made an interesting point being, well, most people who would watch this kind of content, they would just watch it on Twitch. Why would they watch it again? But I thought that was quite interesting. Anyway, that's a little of a side project, the sidetrack. Let's watch me in a kilt. Okay, there's going to be 2 things you'll notice here from this video. One, I've got my normal eyes in because I was doing a trip around Scotland, doing like a little mini road trip, and I couldn't bring my contact lenses. And this was in a tourist shop in Inverness.
Loch Ness and the little,
and 2, my accent's terrible.
Touristy place with all the individual shops and the hotels and such. And I noticed it was a kilt, so I gave it a try.
And this is how you look.
It's not that funny. It's not that funny. People in Scotland wear this kind of stuff all the time. Stop laughing at me!
Girly.
Yeah, you're just a foreigner. You don't understand how it works in Scotland.
And you
I
tried
love
it
that
on.
t-shirt.
But I don't think
We should have brought one
Noted.
of these hats.
Ah, I probably should have said that comment. I'm sorry, babe. I love you.
Yeah. Are you going to buy it?
No. I don't like the colour, and they don't have one of my size,
Yeah.
so not today.
Okay, let's
Fucking
move.
knob. You're such a fucking knob. No sex for 2 weeks. Oh, no. I probably shouldn't have made that foreign comment. I'm so very sorry, darling.
Close enough.
Focus! Anyway, so the reason I didn't have my white eyes is because I was doing a trip around Scotland and I didn't bring any contact lenses. This was a spur of the moment thing, but I still uploaded this video onto YouTube for some reason. And there'll be no sex after that dancing. Not surprising, really. So, 2009, 2nd of June, 261 views. That's quite a lot of views. 71. 71. Let's see, 71. Fucking Spanish! Loaded.
This December
blah, blah, blah.
2009, I'm going on vacation for a whole month.
I think this guy over here was using a teleprompter to remember his lines. But this is before, like, I actually got around to buying a teleprompter, so this is just a piece of paper. Watch the eyes. Always watch the
Argentina.
eyes.
Yeah! It's going to be brilliant. I'm really looking forward to this trip. It's going to be a whole bunch of relaxing, soaking up the sun, looking at the scenery, and I'm really looking forward to the break because I haven't had a break for a while now, and I feel like I deserve it.
See, the thing about this is he's trying his hardest to be spontaneous and natural in front of the camera, but he's not. He just doesn't emote, and he thinks his wobbly head is enough to get him through. No, emote. Give some expressions, you young devilishly fool. I tell you what, though, I really miss having a single chin. I really miss having a single chin.
However, there's one little thing which I'm a bit nervous about this trip. You see, I want to be able to talk to the locals, and I want to be able to speak Spanish. Because,
Yep,
frankly,
yeah, we know
I
this.
don't think the majority of the Argentinian population will be speaking English. I've
And
been
why
taking
would
some
they?
private Spanish lessons for the past month and a half now. And my tutor says I've been making... So I'm churning out ideas, thinking, what can I do to motivate myself to practice Spanish? And then I thought, hey, I've got a YouTube account. I can make videos. Why don't I try the idea of speaking Spanish on these videos, uploading them onto the internet, and see what the general public think?
Because people don't give a shit. That's why. No one wants to watch your lame-ass Spanish practicing bullshit. No one wants to do that. They want to watch videos of you eating and doing that on Twitch and watching you live. It's a stupid idea. Okay, so before we carry on, Tom raises a very interesting question. What was in those boxes? All these things. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes full of comics. Got a lot of comic books. This is the thing. When I was younger, I was a hoarder. A tremendously horrible hoarder of many, many things. I'm better now. I still hoard, but it's nowhere near as much as I used to be. So these are all comics. These are random computer bits. This is a box full of junk. These are boxes full of boxes and guns. That's a pile of books. Those are my clothes. That little thing there looks like a box full of duvets. No, it's a box full of CDs. Because when I was a kid, I would buy lots of CDs and kept the CD jewel cases. And those things take up so much space. One of the best things I ever did in my life was throwing away all the jewel cases of all the CDs, which I'll never sell, and just keeping the CD itself and putting it in a CD sleeve. Saves so much space. When I left my hometown, when I was like 20 years old, I would carry everything with me, all my possessions, every single place I lived. And I moved to room to room to room, and my room would be full of junk. And it's like, I would carry this with me. It took the intervention of my Polish housemate who was a very, very clean man. And he was like, dude, you can't take all this stuff anymore. Your life would be so much easier to live if you had much less stuff. He was quite a model in the sense of cleanliness. Okay, this is an interesting one. I think it's worth having a listen to.
Is this truly the end of the blogging era? This is the question that my friend posted on her blog site a couple of days ago. And the main reason she asked this question is because she's noticed some change within her small circle of blogging friends and in her blogging life.
This is posted in
She puts it
13th
down to
November
essentially
2009.
3 things.
11 years
Firstly,
ago, nearly.
is the instant
291.
gratification of Twitter and being able to do instant tweets, which is essentially a brain dump instantly on the internet for everyone to see without the hassle of a blog. The second thing is her circle of blogging friends seems to have been shrinking or crumbling, and less people seem to be blogging. Now, this could be a variety of reasons for this.
Is it because they moved on to YouTube? I think it's because they moved on to YouTube.
Their work lives, or their real lives, just
Oh,
getting in
right.
the
Sorry,
way.
of course, their work
Or
life.
they just don't have anything interesting to say anymore, so they've stopped. And my friend herself, she admits that her life has changed and she's blogging less because she's either too tired from work or she doesn't necessarily have anything interesting to say. So she just doesn't blog. After reading her post, I wanted to think, well, how has my blog site changed? I have been blogging for nearly 5 years now, and there has been a few changes.
Graxdomain.co.uk.
in the way I do my website.
Don't go to that website. It's not worth it anymore.
When I first started blogging, I used to write it down on my entries, and it used to be subjects of my thoughts and rants, my dreams if I remember them, reviews, someone to post my pictures, and I even talked about my day-to-day routines, which frankly, looking back at them now, it's drivel. It's absolute crap when you look at it. I mean, listen to this.
It's a common thing when people start doing content on the internet, whether it be YouTube or etc., or writing and blogging. It's going to be shit. That's just the nature of things. That's why you get better and better and better. But then you realize, is this a good idea or is this a bad idea for me to pursue?
This weekend was a refreshing break from the norm, partly because I ventured out of my home county twice rather than stay at home and waste my weekend away, and partly because blah 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 blah. Jesus, Lord Almighty, I sound like a girl.
I could think of something worse to call you. Hang on. Yeah, I'll just let you drink that in for a bit. That should have been my thumbnail for this video.
And now the things I actually talk about, well, frankly, I just completely taken out the drivel of my day-to-day routine because, let's face it, it's not interesting at all, and I don't want to bore you people any more than I already do. So, I talk about my rants and thoughts, dreams, reviews, and random bits and pieces. To me, I don't think the blogging sphere is actually shrinking. It's just changing the way it looks. People are finding the instant posting gratification of Twitter or multimedia entertainment in forms of potentially video blogs a lot more interesting and entertaining and easier to do than simple text-based blogs. So I think that is why we're seeing less blogs in a text-based format. I mean, I find myself watching video blogs a lot more than I am reading text-based blogs. It's a way of survival of the fittest in terms of entertaining the blogs. The weak, useless, uninteresting, not entertaining blogs will wither and die to be replaced by the strong, the entertaining, the informing, the adaptive blog sites, which will continue to entertain.
That's actually quite an insightful thing to say. I mean, I feel like that's the case with any YouTube video. It's the educational stuff on YouTube. It's the entertaining stuff, the high quality stuff that seems to do the most amount of views and success. But did I predict the rise of the influencer? I think this video, which was made in, let's see, what year was this made? 2009, was predicting the influencer as a job profession. So right now, I'm looking through my history and seeing if there are any videos which I released on the 20th of July in any particular year. And judging by all this, I don't have anything exactly on that date. but I got some close dates. Okay, so back in 2008, you couldn't upload videos on YouTube longer than 10 minutes, so I had to split this video into two. This is before the days where YouTube really wanted your attention. Long ago, back in 2008, when you could do video replies of other videos, there was a YouTuber called T2, and he was talking about the concept of risk-taking. Let's see if I actually wrote it down. T2 Darlantan. This is going to be a long video, but he was talking about taking risks, and I think he was against the idea of taking risks. But I was trying to talk about
I happen to be looking at one of my various websites I go to for entertainment. In this case, it was somethingawful.com. And this is a collaboration website of all the silly, stupid things in life.
Fun fact, the reason why I'm bald in this video right now and my hair returned in later videos is because I went to my dad's wedding, to my stepmom, and I wanted to stand out a bit. It's a long story. To cut a long story short, I bleached my hair blonde, which is hence that video earlier on. Then I dyed it red. Then I thought for fun I would shave my head. This is me shaving my head for the first time, and I hated it. I didn't like the way my head looked. My shape of my head was weird. It wasn't until the second time where I shaved my head I actually grew to accept my bald head. God, he's such a handsome man. He's such a handsome man. Look at this face. He's well fit. And look at this. Look at this. Look at this beady neck thing. During my 20s, I was wearing these necklaces, this little bead necklace, thinking I was a beach boy. Ah, my neck's too fat to do that now. Look at that.
And it was about this guy named T2. I don't remember
Here he
his
is.
full name on the top of my head. Something like Darlington. T2 Darlington. But I'm just going to call him T2 because it's easier. Now, from what I'm gathering, T2 is a
Get to the
30-year-old
fucking
man
point.
who lives on his own, not with his mother, in some apartment place. His main section was, well, I don't see why I should take any notice of your particular comments because you're not giving me any concrete evidence to say that you're right, that this is the real thing to do. And the other point of his argument was, all these fun things you can do, there's an element of risk, and there's something he's not willing to do, which...
What? What's that? You got to the point? Hang on. 2.5 minutes to get to the point of the video. Why didn't you say that at the beginning, you... Oh, it's so fucking boring. No fucking wonder everyone left. It's like, unsubscribe. My retention rate is so flooded. This is a 20-minute video, essentially.
The 2 point being T2's lack of risk-taking for enjoyment, and all the player haters leaving negative comments towards T2. You might be missing something. Whilst I can see the appeal of living the lifestyle that you do, which is simply doing your bog standard job and just doing the bare minimum what you need to do, so you can come back home and leave various video blogs about your opinions and playing computer games.
One thing, looking back at all these videos I did in my youth, in my 20s, I really was not cut out for this whole vlogging thing. Just vlogging wasn't my thing, but at least I tried it, and I tried it for many years before I changed my format. But all right, let's see. Blah 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 blah.
And it might be satisfying to a point. And I guess what it really boils down to is go outside and experience life.
I think I could boil this down to, look, go out, T2. I don't know if you're watching this, but hang on, I'm going to change the camera so you can actually see my big fat face. Nope, that's not the button. That's the button right there. Right, here's the video, which I can sum up in 20 minutes, down all the way down to a sentence or two. Take risks. It's the most important thing you could do in life. Maybe take some calculated risks, maybe take some wild risks, but you always benefit in the end of taking a risk. Worst case scenario, you get knocked up, you're knocked down to your back, you learn something, you get back up, and you carry on and you try something else or you learn from it. Best case scenario, your life changes for the better. I've taken several risks in my 20s, and I've even taken some risks in my 30s, and my life is so much better for it. There you go. So whilst you can stay at home and do nothing, and it's safe, you won't learn and you won't grow, and your life could be better if you took a risk. You see? There you go. I've summed up 20 minutes in like a minute. All right, let's see if there's actually anything interesting in this. All right. So, blah, blah, blah.
Unfortunately, and these sexually transmitted diseases anymore.
All right, I was just talking about sex. But look, if you take a risk, sex, then you might get STIs or pregnancies. Be sensible about it, man.
And that's something you can't necessarily recreate easily with current technologies in a virtual sense, whether it be watching pornography, playing virtual
Oh, actually, that might be quite interesting.
sex,
We're talking about that.
especially and it's a fun activity to do, and it's good exercise. Well, relatively good exercises. I feel in that
Sex.
particular case, having sex, especially with having sex with someone you really like, far outweighs the risk, and it's something worth doing for enjoyment. And that's something you can't necessarily recreate easily with current technologies.
Okay, so this is back in 2008. Let's see if technology has changed. Can I have sex in a virtual world? Okay, so 2020, virtual sex risk chat rooms. So we got rid of that. Virtual reality sex is coming to a headset near you. So, can you have sex in the VR world? Yes, I accept all responsibilities. What? WebMD? Hang on. This is a medical website talking about medical stuff. Stop popping up. I need to know about everything I've been afraid to ask about sex in cyberspace. Wait, when was this written? When was this article written? I wish having sex was a Dutch girl with my wife walked in. What do you think about it? I asked. It was a little weird. The Dutch girl wasn't real. No, not real. Avatar and Second Life. Second Life. That takes me back. Virtual sex, teledildonics, and real life. It's not sex, but it is sex. So I think what we're trying to say is, T2, forget what I just said. You could have sex in the virtual world, and it's safer. VR sex suits. This is it. This is what I was thinking of right now. High-tech suit lets men enjoy realistic sex on their own. Thanks, the Express. This is 2016, so a lot's changed in the original video, which was back in 2008. Come on. Come on. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is, don't take risks. Just buy one of these VR sex suits and just jerk off. There you go. I take back what I said back all those years ago. So that was part one. Let's see if there's anything interesting in part two of this video.
I mean, that alone is worth taking the risk of flying to a different country. I mean, I took the risk of it once. I went to Argentina.
Yeah, all right, mate. We all know you went to Argentina. Stop rubbing it in.
I feel that it's something you cannot recreate.
That's a nice bit of music from Faith No More, which is nice. Again, copyright strike.
Or actually going for a virtual world, for example, in Second Life, whilst even though they do have their own different kind of lives and such.
I think I was playing Second Life around this time, 2008. This is the first house that I rented in Oxford when I moved here.
It's false. It's not real. You're not
13, 14 years ago, something like that.
These are, especially if you're not ready to, and you shouldn't be forced to do something which you don't want to do. And if you're not ready to go ahead, lie, I respect you, T2, etc., etc. But there's also a whole bunch of comments which are.
Oh, I love this song. Yeah, no one's listening to you anymore.